Question number 4. Express the following in the form of a plus ib, where a and b belongs to real number and I is square root of minus 1. State the values of a and b. Then in that, first one is 1 plus 2i minus 2 plus I. Okay, so just simplify this. After multiplying 1, this becomes minus 2 plus I plus 2I into minus 2 plus, and this becomes minus 2 plus I minus 4I plus 2I square. So this becomes minus 2 minus 3I minus of 2y, because I square is simply minus 1, that I is given. So minus 2 minus becomes minus 4 minus 3i, that is equal to a plus ib. Therefore a is simply minus 4 and b is equal to minus 3. Next, second, 1 plus I, 1 minus I inverse. So this becomes 1 plus I upon 1 minus I. So we will rationalize it. 1 plus I upon 1 minus I into, for rationalization we will take complex conjugate of denominator. 1 plus I, 1 plus I. These two are same terms, so this becomes 1 plus I whole square upon, this is a plus b, a minus b. So 1 square minus I square. So expansion of this is 1 plus 2I plus I square upon, this is 1 minus of minus 1, because I square equal to minus 1. Same here, 1 plus 2I minus of 1 upon 1 plus 1. Here again same reason, I square equal to minus 1. This 1 plus 1 plus 1 minus 1 get cancelled. This become 2I upon 2. So 2 gets cancelled. This is I. We can write down this is a 0 plus I is equal to a plus ib. Therefore a is 0 and b is 1 on comparing. Okay. Now next, third one, I 4 plus 3I upon 1 minus I. We will multiply this with I. This becomes 4I plus 3I square upon 1 minus I. Again take complex conjugate and multiply. This becomes 1 plus I upon 1 minus I. Okay. After multiplying this will become 4I into 1 plus I plus 3I square into 1 plus I upon, this becomes 1 square minus I square. This becomes 4I plus 4I square plus 3I square plus 3I cube upon 1 minus I square. So here this becomes 4I minus 4 minus 3 minus 3I upon 1 minus of minus 1. Why? Because I square equal to minus 1 and I cube is equal to minus of I. So minus 4 minus 3 becomes minus 7 and 4 minus 3I becomes plus I. 1 plus, this become 1 plus 1. This become minus 7 plus I upon 2. So we can write down minus 7 by 2 plus 1 by 2 I. That is equal to simply a plus bi. Therefore a is minus 7 by 2 and b is equal to 1 by 2. Now next, Fourth one is 2 plus I upon 3 minus I 1 plus 2I. So this is 2 plus I. Multiply this 3 into 1 plus 2I minus I 1 plus 2I. This was 2 plus I upon 3 plus 6I minus I minus 2I square. So this become 2 plus I upon 3 plus 6 minus 1 5I plus of 2. Reason I square is minus 1. So this becomes 2 plus I upon 5 plus 5I. Here we will take 2 plus I 5 as a common. This becomes 1 plus I. Rationalize it. 1 minus I upon 1 minus I. Multiply this. 2 into 1 minus I plus I into 1 minus I upon 5 in bracket 1 square minus of I square. This becomes 2 minus 2I plus I minus of I square upon 5 1 minus of minus 1. Reason I square equal to minus 1. Here this is 2 minus 2I minus I is simply minus I. This become again plus 1. 5 into 1 plus 1. Here again same reason I square equal to minus 1. This 2 plus 1 becomes 3 minus of I upon 5 into 2. So this becomes 3 minus I upon 10. So we can write down this as a 3 by 10 minus 1 by 10 I is simply A plus BI. Therefore A is 3 by 10 and B is minus 1 by 10. Okay, this is fourth one. Now fifth question. Fifth is 1 plus I upon 1 minus I whole square. So we will rationalize it inside. 1 plus I into 1 plus I upon 1 minus I into 1 minus I, sorry, 1 plus I whole square. So this becomes 1 plus I whole square upon 1 square minus I square whole square. So numerator become 1 plus 2I plus I square upon 1 minus of minus 1 whole square. I square is simply minus 1. This become 1 plus 2I minus 1 upon 1 plus 1 whole square. Again same reason. Here minus 1 comes because I square is a minus 1. This plus 1 minus 1 get cancelled. Remains 2I upon 2 whole square. 2 get cancelled. This becomes I square and this is simply minus 1 because I square is a minus 1. So we can write down this is a minus 1 plus 0I is equal to A plus BI. Therefore A is minus 1 and B is equal to 0. Now sixth example. 3 plus 2I upon 2 minus 5I plus 3 minus 2I upon 2 plus 5I. Okay. So cross multiplication 3 plus 2I into 2 plus 5I plus 3 minus 2I into 2 minus 5I upon 2 minus 5i into 2 plus 5i. By multiplication, 3 into 2 plus 5i plus 2i into 2 plus 5i minus 3 into, sorry, plus 3 into 2 minus 5i minus 2i into 2 minus 5i upon, here this is 2 square minus 5i whole square. Now this becomes 6 plus 59 plus 4i plus 10i square plus 6 minus 15i minus 4i minus plus 10i square upon 4 minus 25 into minus 1, because I square is a minus 1. I will write down the reason. I square is equal to minus 1. This 59 get cancelled. This 4 gets cancelled. So remains 6 minus 10 plus, so I will write down like this, 6 plus 6, 12 plus 20 I square upon 4 plus 25. So this 12 minus 20 upon 29, because I square is simply minus 1. So this becomes minus 8 by 29. So we can write down minus 8 by 29 plus 0 I. Therefore A plus BI. Therefore A is a minus 8 by 29 and B is equal to 0. This is sixth one. Now seventh one. 1 plus I raised to minus 3. So this becomes 1 upon 1 plus I cube. Expansion of this a 1 cube. A cube plus A plus B whole cube. Simply 1 cube. 3 1 square into I plus 3 into 1 into I square plus I cube. So this becomes 1 upon 1 plus 3I minus 3 minus I. Reason I square is a minus 1 and I cube is a minus I. So this becomes 1 upon minus 2, 1 minus 3 minus 2, 3I minus I plus 2I. So I will write down this like this, minus 2 is common, 1 minus I. Now rationalize with 1 plus I. So this becomes minus 1 by 2 into 1 plus I upon 1 square minus I square. Okay. Now this is minus 1 by 2 into 1 plus I upon 1 minus of minus 1, because I square is equal to minus 1. So this becomes, for numerator, this is minus 1 plus I upon 2 1 plus 1. So this becomes minus 1 minus I upon 2 into 2. This is simply minus 1 minus I upon 4. So this is minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4 I. Okay, on comparing with A plus BI, therefore we get A equal to minus 1 by 4 and B equal to minus 1 by 4. Now eighth one. 2 plus root 3 minus, okay, 4 plus root minus 3. So we can write down as a 2 plus root 3 I upon 4 plus root 3 I. Reason I is equal to minus of root of minus 1. Okay. So again rationalize it. 2 plus root 3 I upon 4 plus root 3 I into 4 minus root 3 I upon 4 minus root 3 I. 2 into 4 minus root 3 I plus root 3 I into 4 minus root 3 I upon 4 square minus root 3 I whole square. So this becomes 8 minus root 3 I plus 4 root 3 I minus root 3 I whole square upon is 16 minus 3 into minus 1, because here I square is equal to minus 1. This minus 1. Now see, this is 8. 4 minus 2 is a 2 root 3 I. Here square root of 3 square is a 3 into I square is a minus 1. 16 plus 3. Again here I square equal to minus 1. Now this becomes 8 plus 2 root 3 I plus 3 upon 16 plus 3 is a 19. So this is 11 plus 2 root 3 I upon 19. So this becomes 11 by 19 plus 2 root 3 upon 19 I. So this is A plus BI. Therefore A equal to 11 by 19 and B is equal to 2 root 3 by 19. Now ninth question. Minus root 5 plus 2 root minus 4 plus 1 minus root minus 9 plus 2 plus 3i 2 minus 3i. Now see, here it becomes minus root 5 plus 2 root 4 into root minus 1 plus 1 minus root 9 into root minus 1. Here it becomes 2 square minus 3i whole square. So this becomes minus root 5 plus 2 into 2i plus 1 minus 3i. Here it is a plus 4 minus of 9 into minus 1, since I is a square root of minus 1, or I square is a simply minus 1. Okay, so this becomes minus root 5 plus 4i plus 1 minus 3i plus 4 plus 9. So see, this minus root 5, okay, this minus root 5 minus 1, 4 plus 9 is a 13 plus 1 14. Okay, and remaining part 4i minus 3i is simply plus I. So this is comparison with A plus BI. So we get A is equal to minus root 5 plus 14 and B is equal to simply 1. Okay, now 10th example. 2 plus 3i into 2 minus 3i. This is a plus b, a minus b. So this becomes 2 square minus 3i square. So this becomes 4 plus 9. Reason I square is simply minus 1. Therefore, this minus minus become plus. Answer is 13. So 13 plus 0i. So comparing a plus bi, we get a equal to 13 and b equal to 0. Now 11th one. 4i raised to 8 minus 3i raised to 9 plus 3 upon 3i raised to 11 minus 4i raised to 10 minus 2. So we will write down this like this: 4i raised to 4 in raised to 2 minus 3i raised to 4 2 into I plus 3. 4 plus 8 plus 1 is 9. Here 3i raised to 4 square into I cube minus then 10. 4 plus 8 plus 10. Then here it is 4i raised to 4 into 2 into I square minus 2. So this becomes 4 into 1 square minus 3 into 1 square into I plus 3 upon 3 into 1 square into minus I minus 4 into 1 square into minus 1 minus 2, since I square is equal to square root of I square is a minus 1 and I cube is a minus of I. So this becomes 4 minus 3i plus 3 upon minus 3i plus 4 minus 2. So 4 plus 3 is a 7 minus 3i. 4 minus 2 is a 2 minus 3i. So rationalize it into 2 plus 3i upon 2 plus 3i. So this becomes 7 into 2 plus 3i minus 3i into 2 plus 3i. Here 2 square minus 3i square. So this becomes 14 plus 21i minus 6i minus 9i square upon 4 minus of 3. This becomes plus 3 because I square is simply minus 1. Now see 14, 21 minus 6 is a 15i. This becomes plus 9 upon 4 plus 3 is a 7. Again I square is a minus 1. 14 plus 9 is a 23 plus 15i upon 7. So this becomes 23 by 7 plus 15 by 7 I, that is equal to a plus bi. Therefore a is equal to 23 by 7 and b is equal to 15 by 7. Okay. In question 11 I made a small mistake over here. See, the square of 3 is 9, so I change it in a red color. This is 9. 4 plus 9 is a 13. So at this denominator it should come 13. Here is a 13, here is a 13, 13, 13, 23 by 13 and 15 by 13. This is a small correction.